Morning, welcome back. Back to the start of the weekend. I think we're about the 15th of September. Where are we up to? So, pretty cruisy weekend. I did go over yesterday afternoon. I had to go to Melbourne for the weekend from nephew's 21st. And then I went back over and just did a bit more on the bucket at Josh's. So we're getting pretty close there. We should be finished today. Hopefully it had dried out. I just ripped it all on Friday arvo just to let it dry out a bit because it was still pretty wet after the rain. And I've got one pad pretty good, about done, and the other one I've just need to cut a bit of clay in, and it'll be pretty good too. So hopefully today we can get in there and get it done. He's got a road grader coming today to start and pull the channel up on one. So yeah, we'll have to get hopping a bit and get over there and get it finished for him. Just got to run the truck to town shortly once Lily gets here, and it's getting some tyres and that swapped around, fixed and swapped around on it. And then she actually blew a hydraulic hose on Friday, so I've just backed the plough over out of the shed. I'm just about to take it off. Just the hose is just old and possibly the original hose, so it's just old and perished. So I'll have a bit of a rummage around. We might be able to. The ones I took off the laser bucket, I'm hoping we might be able to string 2 or 3 of them together and just to get it going. Otherwise, I've got to go into Yarrawonga and get some chemical for the fungicide on the canola. So that'll probably happen tomorrow, I'd say. So do a chemical run for that. Hopefully the loosen seed will be here at some stage in the next day or two, and we can start and get that back in the ground. But yeah, once she had about 5 or 6 runs left on Friday arvo and blew the hose, so she pulled up. She can, if I've got to take the hose with me to Yarrawonga and get it fixed, she can start and speed till that paddock. I'll keep going with that one anyway. It's a bit ridgy. I did mention this plough's very good at leaving sort of a hollow. So yeah, she may have to turn around and do it again, just to get it to level off a bit better with the flood bays for when we want to irrigate it. The pivot's pretty good because we're able to hit it on that sort of 15-degree angle, but with the flood bays, because you can't cross the check banks, we're a bit limited what we can do. So anyway, it's going to come up all right. It just takes time. Rice job, not too sure. I'm hoping we are going to put some in. We can't. The contracts don't open till 18th, so that's Thursday, I think. So just wait and see there what we do. But I'm thinking we will go that way, hopefully. It's all. If we had a bit more water allocation, would help a bit, but yeah, we're going to have to buy a fair bit of water. So I'm just sort of sitting on the fence there as to what we do a little bit. I know I think I did say in the last one we were going to lead that way, but they've brought out a contract price. Earlier on the year was about $420 a tonne, and they've brought out a contract price now of $500, and there is a bit more upside in that if your quality's good. So, and obviously if your quality's not there, you come back a little bit, but it makes it pretty attractive to grow some because there is good money in it. We're back to when we were growing it a couple of years ago when we were only paying $60 a megalitre for water. We're up around that $2,500 a hectare profit, so it's well worth the exercise. So it's just having to buy water now. We're going to have to buy. We don't have a lot of water, so we're going to have to buy probably $40,000 or $50,000 worth of water now. Obviously you're not getting a return on that till April next year. So it's a bit tough on cash flow, especially this time of year when you're waiting for money to come in from sheep sales and your winter crop and that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's not your worry. I'll worry about that. So sunshine again, bit chilly this morning, but Corellas are here for a feed, a bit of grain that got washed out of the back of the truck, so they're having a wee over time. But no, we'll get this pulled to bits, get the truck to town, and then hopefully we'll get the bucket going again. All right, we've been going here a couple of hours. It's, 1:15, so it's turned into a pretty ordinary day outside. I reckon I looked before I left home, be mid 20k winds now and pretty warm, so not ideal for ideal spring weather for crops that probably need a drink of rain. Anyway, just pulled up to have some lunch. It's pretty tricky here doing, need both hands most of the time, so it's hard to drink coffee and eat sandwiches at the same time. We're getting pretty close here. It's still a bit high up the far end there, but I'm going to leave that alone. It won't matter. Just where the water comes in. But we're pretty good. We're a little bit low through the middle here, so I've sort of been pulling a bit of dirt back from that far end just to fill that middle in, and reckon we just need probably a bit more here on the I suppose it's east side of the track, but going on much easier now that it's dried out a bit. Haven't sighted the road grader yet. You can't be far away. But hopefully it should form up alright, I think, just with the moisture that's here, like we're slowly squeezing the moisture out of it, which is good. Works a bit better. We've been ripping and carrying it off the drain bank, bringing dirt in, so it's quite dry, so you can spread it and it runs out, and you can sort of get a reasonable finish on top. So so I might muck around here for another half an hour, and then head for, I'll have to go and get someone to escort me home so we can get back home again. James turned up with the sprayer. He's put a load out, and then he had to go to a funeral this afternoon, so he's actually taken the other ute home. I was going to get Tony and Lily to come over together, and we could have done it all in one trip. We're not going to be able to. So anyway, that's all right. But we're getting there. But no, I'll finish my cup of coffee and then we'll get rolling again. All done. It's about 3 o'clock, so we might just leave it till in the morning. We've filled it up, so all went pretty well. I did rip half of that last pad I did, just where it was a bit high, there's a fair bit of moisture there still, just to try and help it dry out a bit for them. Haven't seen the road grader yet, so I don't know where he's at. Anyway, we'll duck home. You don't know whether you can tell by the noise of the microphone, it is pretty bloody windy now, so anyway, not a good day when you're looking for rain anyhow. All gone really well, really happy with it. Morning. So the next day, it's about 10 o'clock, it is trying to rain. There's not a heap on the radar, or it doesn't look to be a heap on the radar, but anything's better than nothing at the moment. So Lily and I went over, picked the bucket up this morning and brought it home. I'm just going to get the fire unit at some stage and wash a bit of mud off it. wasn't raining, I'd probably be doing it now. Lily's back on the speed tiller, just working that loosened country up. So I'm just having a cruise around at the moment, just saying I've just ducked out the other farm just to have a look at where we'd sprayed around the fence lines and where it's all up to. It looks to be dying, which is good. Some sure news here at home. They do need getting in and drenching, so that's sort of on the to-do list. But yeah, there was a few escapee lambs round here that had got into some canola, so I was just going to duck around and just see where they're up to, whether where they got back where they should be. Yeah, or not. I thought I'd just come in the ute rather than going in the buggy. It's 14 degrees, but it has, I suppose it was probably 23 or 4 yesterday with the wind. So yeah, we're back to sort of jumpers a bit this morning. It has, just with the change, cooled down a little bit. So so we'll just see what happens. As far as, I'll probably start and move the lambs off the rice ground so we can start and get it a bit organised, or, potentially get it organised. Josh has got a disc banker, so we might grab it in the next couple of days and dress the banks. So they're sort of ready to go. And then just look at bowling the wheat and the radish. And actually I haven't need to get onto the aggro. I haven't actually got a reco from them yet. A few lambs here that are going over the hook shortly, so they seem to be ticking along not too bad. We need to run them in and give a few of them a crutch at some stage. So anyway, plenty going on. We'll see if we can find these little escapees and where they've ended up. And then we might nearly be coffee time by then. We'll just see. Found them. I'm not sure why they need to be in here when they've got plenty of feed where they were. So we'll have a bit of a round up and get them back where they should be. Alright, so just going to move these lambs off this radish. Lambs have probably eaten everything. They're probably going to get hungry before they're going to eat all this long stalky stuff, so they've sort of chewed the wheat back pretty well. So we'll get them out of here and then we can look at terminating the radish, get some Roundup across it. And then we'll come back with a double knock with some gramoxone, just to really bowl it, and probably give it 10 days, I'd say, and and then look at trying to get it knocked into shape with some rice, hopefully. That's the plan, anyway. Still haven't, we've got a couple of days before the contract's open, so we just need to, I've been talking to Miranda, so we're going to try and catch up with her. There is a rice meeting Thursday morning that I want to go to. So anyway, the lambs are about done in here anyhow. So we'll probably just spray it out, and then whether we've got a speed tiller, hit it with a speed tiller a couple of times, just to get this stuff to break down a bit, and then hopefully sow some rice in here. Do need to get a couple of stops put in, so I need to make a call about that and get an excavator here, and I'll do that at lunchtime, and I actually probably need to have a look around for another stop. We've got a few that we've pulled out around the place, so just see what we got, rather than probably buying another one. Anyway, starting to come together, hopefully. Really just going to be bits and bobs this video. So it has rained. I reckon I just drove past the gauge. We've had sort of 4 mil and there's still a bit more coming, so all helps. I'm just ducking over to Josh's now. I'm going to grab Pinchy's trailer and I'm going to go to Melbourne in the morning and grab this grab these gates and this toolbox I've bought. So Josh's got a big trailer that I think is going to be wide enough and long enough. Whether I take it down on my ute or whether I take Sarah's car, being a bit bigger and a bit heavier, might be the shot, but we'll just see. So Lily's knocked off. Yeah, she's still got a bit of speed tilling to do, but it's got a bit sticky, as you can imagine. And yeah, Tony's just there in the shed mucking around with the troughs for the feedlots. So yeah. So I just made a list there. I probably should have showed you just a list there on the whiteboard of stuff we've got to do. We're just sort of starting around baler needs getting in and servicing, and yeah, just those sorts of jobs. So we'll start, and we get a few wet days. We'll start, and we got Lily to drag the chaser bin out of the shed, so we've got a spare bay there. So we'll yeah, start and get a bit of gear in and just service harvest gear, both hay and grain harvest stuff. So. Anyway, we'll get over and grab this trailer, and yeah, then I might duck into town and get a couple of things. So we've actually had a reasonable drop of rain. It is about knock-off time. I've been and picked the trailer up off Josh. It's a monster. I think it's 6 metres long. It's massive, so a bit bigger than what we needed, but it'll fit what we need to get. So while I'm talking to you, before I sign off, I'll just check the rain. So I went and picked that up and then went to the gym. And then I just had a meeting for half an hour, a football meeting, or football related meeting. But yeah, it rained pretty steady for a couple of hours, which would, good old weather forecast, it's a bit of a concern because I think they're actually getting worse with what they're forecasting, well, seem to be. There wasn't much at all forecast today, and what do we got? Actually seems a lot wetter than what it really is. So 5 mil, we'll take 5 mil. Yeah, it seems like there's 10 given how wet it is in the puddles that are around, but yeah, no, it's cool. So they do have another 5 forecast for the later in the week, I think. So so yeah, this will put the skids on stuff for a day or two. It'll be a bit damp. So yeah, getting the radish and the wheat bombed out, and we're still speed tillering a bit of country to get the loosening in, so, but that's all right, there's plenty of other stuff to do. So I'm going to go to Melbourne in the morning and pick those gates up, obviously. And then, yeah, the other guys, they can occupy themselves. So there we go. There's not much probably to look at down there, but I will throw the camera in. Yeah, this one's been a bit of a bits and pieces. You get videos like this where we're all over the place a bit, and there's yeah, not one set job, but that's just how it rolls here. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll mention it on the next one. This Sunday night, I better just check that. Hang on. I'm actually going to do a YouTube live with Andy from Narain Grain. So before I sign off, and I will remind you again, yep, so this Sunday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, so Melbourne time. Yeah, going to do a YouTube live with Andy from Narain Grain. So he's been doing a few of them with other guys, so it's my turn now. So yeah, tune in, but hopefully I'll get another video out between now and then, and yeah, I'll remind you again then. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.